What did I learn doing my own coloring book on Amazon KDP? Stick around. There's quite a bit. Hello and welcome to Deliberately Creative. I'm Stephanie and I'm here with a What Did I Learn Doing Kindle Direct Publishing to Make My Coloring Book. I learned a ton of things that I wish I would have known ahead of time. And some things I kind of knew already. But I don't usually do chatty vlogs like this with information and just a talking head. So I'm going to be coloring in my coloring book. I did it on Kindle Direct Publishing, KDP, on Amazon. I'm going to start coloring because what I'm going to do is just work on coloring this as we have our little chat. There are, oh my gosh, I made a list of the top 10 things I wish I knew when I was getting ready to start working on this project. And now I'm not going to put them in any specific order. It's going to just be the top 10 things. I'm going to color this with the Arteza Expert Color Pencils. So first thing was figure out my audience. Generally, my audience is between the 30 years old and older female. I do have men in my audience who do like my artwork also. It makes a really great Christmas gift, and it's listed down below in the more information box with the Amazon link to the coloring book. Hey, got to get your sales in because number 2 is marketing. Oh my gosh, I did not realize when I did this that I would be marketing so much, that Amazon is not going to sell your book for you. Amazon is not going to put it out in front of people as a suggested book until you get enough copies of it sold. Then Amazon starts seeing, oh, people like this book. Oh, other people might like this book. But until you get that ball rolling, you're selling it to your friends. You're selling it to your family. You're carrying around copies of it and selling it to anybody who will buy it. Not because you've put a ton of money out to do this, because that is one of the benefits of doing a Kindle book. There's no upfront cost. It doesn't cost you anything but your time to lay out the book and do the artwork and do whatever research you're doing to make that book. So, but you're going to have to market. And that's kind of stressful. And it feels like I'm becoming a walking commercial for my book or for my Teespring store where I do a whole bunch of different artwork for Teespring. So again, Teespring will let you create artwork, but it won't market it for you until you're at a certain level of sales. And then they'll start putting your stuff out in front of people. So you're constantly having to sell if that's something that you want to get it out there and get it being sold. Number 3, what's the purpose of your book? Yeah, to color in. I got that. Besides coloring, what's the purpose of your book? Is your purpose to make $1 bazillion? Or is your purpose to have a place where you've got a portfolio of artwork? It is great to showcase your art. And as the publisher or the artist, creator of your book, you can buy your books at cost, which is considerably less. But don't go undercutting the sales price that you've marked up on Amazon, because then nobody's going to want to buy it on Amazon. They're just going to want to buy it from you at a discounted price. My book is $7 on Amazon, and I charge people $7 in person. Neat thing about Amazon, they collect the sales tax. I don't have to worry about the sales tax. They take care of that. If I'm doing it in person, I have to collect sales tax because I am a business. And that's kind of a bummer. Another thing, anywhere in the world, I can send books to people because I can go on to Amazon and select my book because I've got it in worldwide distribution. And I can buy the book on Amazon UK and send it to somebody in the UK. So then they get it in 2 days or 3 days or 1 week. I can do the same thing for someone in Germany or someone in Australia. It's, you've got some distribution channels out there that I didn't realize that I had. I learned that. Marketing is hard. Distribution is interesting. The size of your art matters. Work bigger than you think you're going to need. You want to make sure that your art is a good, high quality. And if you make your art smaller than the art that you're going to be printing, the size of the book, you are going to have pixelated art, and it's going to look terrible. I picked up a book as a sample just to check it out. That person did not check their artwork after they printed, or they would have seen that their file was not giving them good quality, that some of their artwork had gone all pixelated. That's because they worked too small and they stretched their artwork to fit their page. So work bigger than you think you're going to need. Number 5. Make more art than you think you're going to need. I didn't realize that, but as I was going along and making my book, I decided to increase the number of pages by twice the number of pages. I was going to make a book of 25 coloring sheets, and I ended up with a book of 50. Do more art than you think you're going to need. Another reason for doing that is that some of your art, while you're doing it, you may think, oh, this is going to be great for the book. You start laying it out and you go, this doesn't work. It doesn't flow. It doesn't work into the book. Do more artwork than you think you're going to need, just so you can just plunk something else in there and continue on working. Number 6, the learning curve is high. There's a learning curve for the KDP side, the Kindle Direct Publishing side, finding out how to do ISBNs, how to make your cover. So when you're doing your cover, you'll be using a template and they walk you through, but you have to learn what you need to do. The other thing you have to learn is your layout software. So yeah, this is all part of the learning curve. Number 6, that learning curve is high. Kindle is a high learning curve. It's easy once you know what you're doing, but it's a high learning curve. And your software is a learning curve. If you've never used layout software, it is a big hairy ball of string. Back in the 1990s was the last time I had used a page layout software. You can learn while you're doing it. It just increases the length of time. If you have a chance, the first 5 pieces of your artwork, go set yourself up a 12 or 14 page book. Notice I didn't say a 5-page book. Set yourself up a 12 to 14 page book, because in a regular book, you will have your title page, you'll have a page with the ISBN numbers and your copyright. You might want a page for the this book belongs to, and a page for sampling out your art materials on, and then get into your 5 pages of pictures. But 5 pages of pictures is 10 pages in a book, because you're only going to print on one side. You are not going to want to print your big, beautiful artwork back to back. You need to have that page left open on the back side so it doesn't interfere with the picture on the front side. Little bonus, Kindle Direct Publishing, you can't have blank pages. So you have to put something on that page that's behind. So I just chose to put a little tiny bit of text. It's a tilde and asterisk and a tilde. So it looks like a little flower with leaves. And I was able to put that into my master page and all of that. But this is not a lesson on how to use page layout software. You don't have to spend the big bucks on Adobe products. You can use open source software that doesn't cost you anything. I used Scriber and was able to do my entire book layout, and it is a learning curve. The help files and tutorial information is all run through Wiki. So it's a little bit interesting because it's open source and people are going in and helping. Sometimes they don't explain things as clearly as you want them to explain. But remember, it's free, so don't complain. You can lay out with Publisher or Word, but those are a little bit trickier when you're working with larger graphic files. I'm not recommending that. Number 7, paper quality. The paper quality of the Kindle Direct Publishing books is not the highest quality. It's about 60-pound text paper. So it is a little bit higher quality than standard printer paper, but it's not super high quality. Next thing, you want to go buy 2 books that are published by Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing. You don't have to buy my coloring book, although it doesn't hurt my feelings if you go and buy my coloring book to use as a sample. It's only $7. It's not that expensive, and you get 50 pictures, and you get to see the quality of the print for different line weights, because I have several different line weights in this book. That's another reason to check out something that has more pictures rather than less. They have cream-colored paper and white paper. The cream-colored paper is a little bit thicker. The white paper is a little bit thinner, but it's bright. Your colors shine really nicely on white paper. They would be a little bit dulled down on toned paper for your colors. So next thing would be check out the different covers. So one of those books you get, you want to have the matte paper cover on it. The other book is a glossy cover. So the glossy covers are really glossy and they're very slick. They print really nice. You're printing, your images are beautiful. This cover, I am so tickled by how nice this cover looks. Okay? So I love the cover. The weight of the paper on the cover is great. There's bullet journals and line journals and little grid journals. Those kinds of things tend to be first books. I have a first book that I did that way. It's a dot journal. I published it so that I could get copies of it to give as gifts. And that's a valid reason to do this. So that was number 7. Number 8, file size is not unlimited. This was like, I did not know that file size would be capped. So when you have your high quality print ready PDF with your whole beautiful book, it can't be more than 650 megabytes. It took me 4 hours to find that out. I tried uploading and redoing my book over and over and over, and it was so frustrating. Press that. It's going to be 650 is your max cap. Now, what does that mean for somebody who's doing pictures in a coloring book, though? Because when Kindle set their max cap, they were doing that for print books. But we're doing books full of images. You work with high quality PNGs, maintain your transparency on your background, remove the backgrounds. If you scan your artwork, remove the background from your art and save it as a PNG. And then export or save as a JPEG from your PNG. See, I get lost because I start talking about other things. Yeah, you're sitting here in my studio and we're just chatting, and that's me. Sometimes I get a little bit lost on my path. Oh, the size of the book matters. That's one I haven't done. The size of the book matters. If you choose a non-standard size, you will be greatly limited in the ability for Amazon to distribute it. Your distribution channels will be reduced because not all of the Amazon print shops are as capable of doing different sizes. So far, I know that Amazon UK can print my book because that's the only other country that I've gone in and bought my book and got it sent to people. You might want to stay with the 8.5 by 11, the 8 by 10, the 5 by 7. Those books are all standard sizes, no problem. Just, they give you a list. These are the standard sizes, and then these are sizes that they can do. And then there's the custom, and they say very limited on being able to do those sizes. So size of your book matters for your distribution. But if you're making your book because you want a specific size book for your class that you're teaching, or you're making a special book for all of the patterns that people have developed in your group, that's another really cool book to do. So I'm giving out all the free ideas, guys. It will take longer than you think. I thought, oh, I'll make my book in a month or 2. It took me 6 months to make my book. Now, I wasn't working constantly on it, but it took me 6 months to get my book completely finished, ready for you guys to buy. Final thing, is it worth it? Is it worth going through all the hassle? Is it worth learning a new kind of software? That's up to you to decide. For me, yes. For me, it was worth it. I really enjoyed the process. I enjoy the excitement on people's faces when they get it and they look at it and they've done coloring pages out of it and they share their coloring pages with me on Instagram and Facebook. I hope you found this to be informative and entertaining. Make sure to click that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends. And if you found this to be valuable to you, I have a Patreon that you can just sign up for 1 month if you want. I have a $2 tip pot if you want to join for 1 month and just see what my Patreon feed looks like. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. Remember to go out and do something creative. Take care of yourself so you can take care of those around you. And I hope to see you back here again really soon. Bye-bye.